Walt Disney cryogenically froze his entire body so that when the technology evolved to a point where we could unfreeze and reanimate him, he would be available to be lined up as one of the first subjects. Given he has so much money, this was a very, very realistic rumor that spread, especially where he was obsessed with the future. What is not a rumor, or at least a more realistic rumor, is that the Disney movie Frozen was created so people would stop Googling Walt Disney Frozen, and this would come up instead. What's going on, guys? I have a very exciting DeSci project to talk about today, and that is Cryo DAO. So yes, I was not that far off with bringing up Walt Disney's frozen body, which cannot confirm nor deny it is actually frozen. There's a grain of truth within everything, right? So let's talk about Cryo DAO, because right now they are pre-token. They are collecting funds for the treasury and they are minting the tokens, not in this very moment, but by the time you watch this video, they will probably be in the process of minting those tokens, because the sale for CryoDAO, the pre-sale, ends on January 15th, 2024. Currently, it's December 20th, so whenever you guys are watching this, I don't know. But my earring keeps distracting me in the video. I got the Tanjiro earrings on, some handmade ones, an early Christmas gift from my girlfriend, so shout out to her. I got called a femboy today, so I figured I'd wear them to show you guys. CryoDAO, obviously their mission here is to fund research into cryogenics. So they say the interest in cryopreservation is higher than ever, but there is still not enough research happening in the field. Even small amounts of funding could achieve significant advancements in the field, such as creating new cryoprotective agents to reduce toxicity or creating different cryoprotection protocols based on ischemia. I assumed most of you guys know what cryopreservation is. It's when you freeze a live creature and suspend them in a state of unanimation, so they're frozen, and then they reanimate. So this is not hibernation, believe it or not. When a creature goes into hibernation, they actually get up periodically and go out and eat from a little stash of food that they have in their cave. Bears, I'm talking about specifically. But there are certain creatures that can go into a state of cryopreservation. And we want to see if we can do that with humans. Currently, the problem is that we're full of salt, and when we freeze, our organs are too big, so they actually crack or just don't completely freeze. They don't freeze all at the same time, and so part of it will crack and expand, and then when you thaw it all out, the tissue's too damaged to actually come back to life. Like the person they died. You killed them instead of freezing them. So we want to see if there's a way to possibly change that. I can't see how this is something people are actually interested in pursuing. I don't see it, personally speaking, but I'm going to show you who's backing this thing, and you will see that clearly there's a lot of attention here. Attention that's going above all of our heads. Otherwise, I don't see how the people who are involved here would actually get involved. Now, also, I'm assuming that this worm-like creature is something that can preserve itself. Otherwise, I don't see why they would put it here. But let's go look at see who's involved here. Meet the team and the contributors. So we're going to go through quickly, and I'm going to list off names of companies that are involved in some capacity here. We have, first up, the co-initiator of VitaDAO is literally one of the leading initiators here. He's also a leading economist at Molecule. Molecule is something we show in almost every single one of our videos about DeSci. We got this guy, the founder and CEO of CryoPets. So I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's an NFT project. The CEO of Tomorrow Bio, the president of the board of the European Biostasis Foundation, the founder of Xtherma and Organ Preservation Alliance. This is crazy, guys. We have the co-founder of Molecule, the co-initiator of VitaDAO, and BioXYZ. BioXYZ funds most of the bioscience stuff out here. They've got a ton of money, and they are listed on several websites of different DeSci plays as a core contributor. We have, again, another guy from Molecule and VitaDAO and BioXYZ. So, these guys were probably teammates, and they were like, hey, let's go into this. Let's go make CryoDAO. And it continues to go further. I don't recognize any of this stuff, but I recognize this woman a lot, Allison here. I don't maybe I talked to Allison on X or something. That would make the most sense. Another founding steward of Vita DAO, someone else from BioX. You get the point. You get the point. There's an egregious amount of people from all over DeSci here who are just coming together from all of these crazy initiatives in order to create CryoDAO. So obviously there is a tension somewhere here, and we're gonna continue to talk about it, but make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you've subscribed, especially if you like making money in DeSci. This is a very, very early stage opportunity, and the tokenomics have not even been decided yet for CryoDAO. So you need to bear in mind that it comes with a lot of risk. Everything comes with risk, but getting into something before the tokenomics have even been created is up there for one of the riskiest things that I've made a video about. But it's cool, everyone's talking about it, and so I figured I want to talk about it too. Especially because, full disclosure, I put money into CryoDAO. I have been one of the people funding it, and so might as well tell you guys what I'm up to. Here is their X. Their X has 954 followers, so it's pretty small still, but they keep you updated for the most part. Most of the DeSci plays, most of the DeSci cryptos and the DAOs are really bad at marketing. Prime examples of who is not bad at marketing would be Genomes DAO and Data Lake. So you guys need to pay attention. Everyone out there needs to pay attention to those two and try and emulate that. If you need some help, my DMs are always open. If you're watching this video, my DMs are always open. I will be more than happy to help or find somebody who is got the time to help you with it. Going over to their Discord, because you'll always find a lot of information either in a Telegram or a Discord. So if we go to CryoDAO's Discord, you can see they have a tokenomics tab. So you actually get to see for yourself and kind of like chit chat with everyone about stuff. I was reading through a lot of the stuff, and it seems that most of the people who are in this Discord are focused more on the science than the coin, which is really cool and tells me that again, it just backs up the point that there is a lot of interest in the science, but it was almost to a fault. And I'm not trying to call out this one individual, not at all. I just am using this as an example. So this individual, clearly here for the science, he said, take your time before doing that. It would be a waste of money to seed an LP. You should instead fund more research. Because this person had asked, we could at some point make a proposal to add liquidity to a Uniswap pool with treasury assets, cryo/ETH. I'm guessing there will be quite a bit of interest in pursuing that. And that's a valid point. I said, like, the response to that was no. Why would you waste money on that? Just put it all into science. My response to that is that the entire system does not function if there is no liquidity to fund the science with. You get what I'm saying? If we were to take $100,000, I shouldn't say we, if CryoDAO successfully funds research and gives $100,000 to a group of researchers to fund their research with, it is going to be in this token. Okay? We can come look at the use case and the functionality, and it is to curate and funding high-impact cryopreservation research, as well as incubating significant intellectual property in the field of cryopreservation. So the token is literally here used not only for governance and governing the DAO, but to fund the research. So what is the scientist immediately going to do when they get this coin? They're going to convert it to cash. Every time you fund research from one of these DeSci DAOs, it is introducing selling pressure. It is diluting the token supply. Hopefully, it's worth it and they can come up with some intellectual property that can then be back owned by the DAO, right? Back in the treasury. Hopefully, we can continue that virtuous loop that we talk about every single time we talk about a DeSci project, where you put money from the treasury into doing research. The research yields a result. The result is intellectual property, which can be tokenized and put back into the treasury and provides more value. So that virtuous loop there. Hopefully it's worth diluting the token supply, but if there is no liquidity pool, there is no liquidity for the researchers to sell the coin and go to cash, that means they're going to crash that coin down 50, 60, 70, 80%. They don't know how volatile crypto can be. If you go in and try and sell $100,000 worth of a coin, it's going to tank that coin, especially with how small these market caps are. So I just want to point that out. Be very abundantly clear that you need to have a plan for these people to get in and out. Maybe they do, but I don't think they do, because they don't even have tokenomics yet. All they have is a tokenomics proposal. And so I think both of these are the tokenomics proposal. Yep. So if we come down and scroll down to the bottom here, you will see that the total cryo supply will be dictated by the amount of contributions that are made during the juice box raise period. For every 1 ETH contributed, the contributor receives 2,000 cryo, and another 2,000 cryo is reserved for a total of 4,000 cryo minted. This leads to the following allocations. So in this juice box section here, there has been a total of $495,000 contributed into this juice box, into the initial fundraising. That means that if you were to divide that by ETH, you could get the amount of coins in circulation, which I think I'll do right now. 226.02 Ethereum that has been contributed. And you multiply that by the 4,000 cryo tokens that are going to be distributed per each Ethereum, you get a total of 904,000 cryo tokens that are going to be in existence. Not in circulation, but in existence. Of that, you can divide it out based off of this proposal for tokenomics, in which half of those would be held by people like myself who contributed some and got some cryo tokens. The other half would be distributed like this, with 13% of the total. So multiply that by 2. The other 50%, 26% would go into the treasury, 14% would go into BioXYZ's pocket, and then 60% would go into the core team and advisors. But because there's another 50%, the way I worded it, I'm sorry I confused everyone, but just go with these. This is the proposal, okay? The total supply coming up to be 100%. That's all you need to know, all right? Just look at this pie chart, pause the video, take a screenshot, have a sip of water, come back to the video. In my opinion, this is far too little for the treasury and far too much for BioXYZ. Sorry, BioXYZ, and low-key too much for the team and advisors and everything. This is just not enough for the treasury. I don't know how you could rearrange it. Maybe the founders have too much as well. 13.1% is just not enough, because you need this to have enough money to get past the initial hump. It seems like this project is gaining enough social traction that there will be some users here, but you need to have enough money to actually fund shit. And if only 13.1% of the money that comes into here is going to actually go into the treasury to fund anything, then you don't really have too much money in the treasury. So how much is this? This is $500,000 in the current moment. I imagine there will be more than that comes from it, because we still have many months left, or we have several weeks left, but that means right now the treasury is only going to have $65,000 in it, and that's not enough to do shit. So either the coin is going to rapidly increase in price, making it so that the $65,000, maybe the coin 10x's from here, who knows what happens, but then you have $650,000. That's more reasonable. In its current standing, 13% is bad. I don't like that, but that's just my stance on the proposal, and this is the leading proposal right now. As far as contributions, now that we've gone over kind of who's backing it, what the goal is, and the proposed tokenomics, the way that you can get contributions towards this project and receive your cryo is to go to this website, Juicebox, which I will link their socials, I will link the website, and I will link Juicebox in the description, as well as my Discord if you want to join the Discord, because the Discord gets this alpha before everyone else gets this alpha. You go to the Juicebox website, you click here, and you say, I want to pay 1 Ethereum, and you add your payment, which is connecting your wallet to it. I already connected my wallet, so that was scary. I'm not trying to pay 1 Ethereum, but you have the option to connect your wallet and pay, and then you would get 2,000 ERC20 tokens in response. And remember, you would mint another 2,000 on top of that, which would go to the other half of that 50%. And this goes for anything, not just CryoDAO. I'm not suggesting you go jump right into it. I did, but I'm not suggesting that you do it. Once you've paid and the transaction goes through, you will see a token contract address, and that'll be on Etherscan. It's the contract that you interacted with. So this right here is the contract address. You just copy this address, and you go over to your MetaMask, you go to the bottom of your holdings on MetaMask, and you hit import a new token. Then you go over to custom token and you paste the contract address in here. I already added it, so it's not going to show you, but it should automatically populate with the symbol, the number of decimals, and you hit add. All right. Hopefully that helps everyone. Your time's your most valuable asset. So hopefully this was worth investing into. I will see you guys in the next video.